Hot diggity dog, we're live. What's up, everyone? Aaron Nagler here with Cheesehead TV, coming to you live a few hours later than normal with your Packers Daily Chat. Had a doctor's appointment for one of my young ones today, so that took up the morning, but we're here now. It's noon, and hey, it's their day off. At least it's the players' day off. So there's no practice to talk about. There's no update to the injuries. There's no real news driver, but we're always here at Cheesehead TV to talk some Packers with you fine folks, Packers fans worldwide, especially all these lovely folks in the comments section already. Good to see everybody on the YouTube channel. And now we got Twitter and Facebook chiming in. What's up, Chris Dorsey? Nags, you son of a gun. What's up? How you doing? Go Pack, go. We'll need more of Raven Green this week. Antoine Coney, I tend to agree. He played very well. Very solid game against Atlanta in his first real extensive action, playing all over the map, really. He played some of the slot nickel corner role. He played some of that third safety role. You obviously saw him on the sack where Ryan tried to get the ball out, etc. But overall, I thought he had a solid game. And yes, you're right. They're going to need more of that. And look, I don't think there's any question when you look at this matchup, the more intriguing of the two is the Packers offense against the Buccaneers defense. And the Buccaneers defense is it's no joke, man. Even without Vita Vea, this is going to be a tough task for the Packers. It's going to be interesting to dive deeper into the tape as the week goes on, but just at first blush, watching some cut-ups, watching basically the condensed versions of all their games, yeah, they got talent, all three levels. And Aaron Rodgers, Matt LaFleur and company, work cut out for them. I still think the Packers are going to move the ball and score, but the resistance will be a bit stiffer this week, I think, than anything the Packers have faced so far. Isaac, thanks to the super chat. Are the Rams the biggest threat to Green Bay in the NFC? I mean, they'll be tough. I don't think there's any question about it. I think it's way too early to worry about the NFC as a whole. I think you just got to pile up your wins as the season goes along. The thing about the Rams, though, is all of their wins, I believe they have 4 so far, have all come against the NFC East, which can't get out of its own way for winning. But I do think they're talented, and I do think McVay has done a good job. But A, it's still very early, and B, let's see how the rest of their season plays out against some stiffer competition. And I mean, that goes for everybody when you say it's early. I know the Packers, who have they played, etc. I get it, but week in and week out, I think the Packers match up with anybody. I think they match up pretty well with the Rams. Corey, thanks for the super chat. Okay, Nags, be honest. I never lie to you guys. You don't need to preface it with "be honest." I'm kidding. But I do never lie to you guys. You never thought someone would pay you $5 to slurp your coffee on camera. It's been too long. Thanks for all you do. Go Back, go. Thanks, Corey. Although with a later start this morning, I don't have coffee in front of me, but I thank you for the super chat. That is very, very kind of you. All the support really means a lot to us. Definitely. Let's see what else we got. Ernst, thanks for the super chat. Nags for Packers GM. Nobody wants that. I'd overpay everybody and make horrible decisions. Although my fantasy squad is 4-1. Thank you very much. Nathan, thanks for the super chat. It's MVS's turn, Euchre season. I mean, he's probably due, right? You got to think they're going to try and take away Devontae, take away Aaron Jones. All right, up steps MVS, although it could be Tanyan again. Who knows? But definitely time for MVS to have some big plays again. Magler's Never Right was pretty cool, guys. Oh, Antoine, thanks for checking it out with the Underage Packers guys. You know, Cheesehead TV regulars, Joey the Jaguar and Big B. They were on Nagler's Never Right. If you're a Patreon member, go check it out. It's up on the Patreon page. Martini lunch eggs. No, Matt, not today. Got a lot of work to do. On those Packers day offs, I try and get my Live X stuff done for the most part. Although I do also get ready for transplants. Watch party Sunday, Mike. You better believe it. 5+ hours of Cheesehead TV straight here on the YouTube and Facebook pages. If you'd like to support what we do, please consider giving us $5 a month on the Patreon page, patreon.com/CheeseheadTV. It really helps support not only the watch parties, the live streams, these live streams, Packer transplants, but everything we do at Cheesehead TV. Imjin. If Jordan Love becomes the 3rd straight Packer Hall of Fame quarterback, does the rest of the NFC North just give up and deactivate their franchises? Yes, I believe that is in the NFL bylaws. I'd have to check the actual provision, but I do believe you're correct. My favorite Negro tweet of all time is at halftime of the 2018 opener. Okay, we can restart the Xbox now. Yeah, it was a tough day, man. Come on. Uncultured Barbarian. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Hey, Nags. I think Nathaniel Hackett has been underappreciated in how good this offense has been this year. I really loved his addition last year. What are your thoughts? Alex, I thought he was absolutely scapegoated in Jacksonville, but, their boneheaded move is Green Bay's gain. I do think, yes, obviously he deserves a lot of credit for what's going on the offensive side of the ball. A lot of talk about Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers, the two guys who do not get mentioned as often, obviously, are Hackett and Luke Getsy. But ultimately, it's LaFleur's baby, and Rodgers is the one running it. So it's understandable why they get most of the, public praise. But I agree. I think Hackett certainly has been instrumental. They will tell you the same thing. Everywhere he's gone, they've had a very productive running game, regardless of who the quarterback is. And I do think he's a big part of their success on not only on the ground, but the entire offense, but specifically with the ground game, the concepts they use week to week to match up with their opponents. There's no doubt that he is a part of that. Do I think EQ gets activated this weekend? Mike, I mentioned that yesterday. I'd be surprised. Traditionally, they've taken a decent amount of time before they bring guys back. Of course, that's all dependent on the injury itself. We're not privy to the medical information. So, hey, if he hits the ground running and has a great week of practice, maybe they do. But we'll see. Like I said yesterday, I would be surprised if they made any kind of determination prior to Saturday. Third downs this year are being converted more frequently than in the past. Why? Brandy, because they're staying ahead of the sticks. The beginning of last year was absolutely abysmal when it came to first and second down, putting them in bad situations. It's a lot easier, obviously, to convert third and, say, 4 or 3 rather than third 10 or 12. And they've been in a lot more third and manageables this year. So the work they're doing on third down is admirable, and there's no doubt about it that they're doing a good job attacking each defense, scheme, etc., week by week, opponent by opponent. But a lot of that is set up and predicated by the fact that on first and second down, they're not getting behind the sticks. They're gaining 4, 5 yards, whatever, to keep them in second and third and manageable. To me, that's the biggest difference, because especially early last year, say the first 8 weeks of the season, they kept putting themselves in really bad situations. So I think, like I said, yes, they are doing a very good job in conversions, but I think a large part of that is because they're setting themselves up for success. Craig, thanks for the super chat. How does our defensive line match up against Tampa's O-line? Key is to push Tom Brady off his spot. Always has been, Craig, especially up the middle. And I do think that's a major part of why getting Kenny Clark back will be pretty instrumental in any success they have. There's no question that they have a very good offensive line. Tampa is talented throughout all 5. But I do think if they can get any semblance of, not push, but they can work, on first down, just get them into second and long. Then they can start to tee off. Then they can start to, there's no question that teams are going to focus, and Tampa Bay will be no different, are going to focus on Za'Darius. If you can get a push with Kenny, you're going to have to double him. You're going to have to slide to Za'Darius. So that gives either Preston Smith or Rashawn Gary one-on-one opportunities at some point. And I think it's only a matter of time before they get home. There's no question that the Buccaneers will want to get the ball out of Tom's hand early and often. 3-step drops, rhythm throws, that will be the whole game plan. The question is how long does it take until all of a sudden, hopefully the Packers offense puts a little pressure on them to keep scoring, and they start to try and push the ball down the field. That has been Arians' MO his entire time in the league. It has certainly been his MO, even with Brady at the helm. I think they got to revert to form at some point. And when that happens, I do think the Packers pass rush can make a difference. But they've got to get them in those situations. And that's where the chess match really happens. Is the duo of Lucas Patrick and Billy Turner exceeding your expectations? I think Turner's definitely played better than I would have thought at tackle, considering what I saw this summer. I still think Wagner has outplayed him, but I don't think he's going to get a chance to get back out there unless Turner gets hurt. As far as Patrick, he's played exactly how I expected him to. Given what we saw last year when he had to come in for Corey Linsley, and given what we saw this summer, he's, there's No doubt that he's the next man up along the interior. He is a perfect comfort, blanket, so to speak, when it comes to being able to roll out any number of combinations along the offensive line, because you can pretty much put him at all three interior spots. So yeah, I don't think Lucas Patrick has been a surprise, but Billy has, no doubt about it. He's played better than I thought he would. Rodgers for comeback player of the year. Go Pack Go. Carry the G Gilbert. No, not a chance. Not with Alex Smith doing what he's doing. Just stepping on a football field won that award for Alex Smith, no doubt. Riley, thanks for the super chat. I want everyone to know the Bears still suck. You, sir, you are correct, and you are carrying the G. No doubt about that. Remember how everyone thought the offensive line would fall apart without Bulaga? No disrespect to Brian. Matt, it's what I talked about all summer. You can't pay everyone, and your job as a general manager is to make sure that it doesn't fall apart, and how, yes, there will be a dip in play at that one singular position, but the offensive line as a whole has to play with cohesion as a cohesive unit. And I think that did get discounted quite a little bit. And there's no doubt, third and long with maybe a premium pass rusher being able to pin his ears back, could probably cause Turner some problems, or Wagner, whoever's out there. But it's not this massive downgrade that I think a lot of Packers fans and even some in the media tried to make it out to be. Brian's a great player, no doubt about it. Although you'll notice Brian Bulaga out with an injury last night. Ooh, shocking. But at some point you have to move on. And you just have to mitigate that loss. And yes, you're going to take a step back on overall talent level at that position. But as long as you can stay as a cohesive unit, and again, this is what we've talked about time and again this season about Adam Stenavich and the job he has done with that offensive line, given how many different combinations they've rolled out there. He deserves all the praise in the world. But like I said, I always thought it was going to be an individual step back. But as far as just maintaining the level of play, if they could continue to get the continuity that we've seen so far under LaFleur and Stenavich, they should be and have been all right. G. Quinn, thanks for the super chat. We be worried. I think, should we be worried about Kevin King playing Sunday? I mean, you can worry about it if you want. I don't think it's going to help one way or the other. I would hold off on any worrying you do until we see an injury report on Wednesday. There's every possibility they held him out yesterday just to give him as much rest as possible. Or it could be a significant injury, and we'll find out. We'll start to get an idea there probably tomorrow once the injury report is out. But let's hold off on worrying about anything. What else we got here? Don't want to miss a super chat. Uncultured Barbarian, what's up? Thanks for the super chat. I'd love it if Aunt Gert had a more regular segment on Packer transplants. Aunt Gert does indeed carry the G. I would too, but Aunt Gert's like 90-something, man. We get Aunt Gert in limited doses, and she'll be back at some point. We don't want to make her a regular, she's got a life. She's got friends. She's got stuff to do. Can't be coming and appearing on Packer transplants every week. Dylan, thanks for the super chat. Thoughts on Tampa's field? Rodgers has been injured twice there, hasn't he? Is it twice there? I'm trying to remember. I know I remember one time specifically, but can't remember the second time. That said, every field, it's a football field. You're going to get hurt. I mean, look at all the brouhaha that got made about MetLife, a place where football has been played for years. And then a bunch of 49ers got hurt and they complained. And then the NFL investigated and said, nope, it's a football field. And guess what? There were no major injuries the last few weeks at MetLife. I mean, injuries happen. It's football. Yes, occasionally the field can contribute to it. But I tell you what, in the pantheon of fields that worry me when it comes to injury, Tampa's way down there. I'd put Dallas way ahead of that one. Packers have had no luck in that building, in either building, when they played the Cowboys. What else we got? Thank you for all your great work, Aaron. Bob, thank you for saying so. That's really nice of you, buddy. Thank you. Any word on when Devontae is coming back? Brooke, it should be this Sunday, but who knows with the Packers medical staff. Devontae was at practice yesterday. I suspect he'll be out there all week. Obviously, with his tweet last Sunday night or Sunday morning, sure sounded like he thought he was wanted to be out there against the Falcons on Monday night. But we'll see. I suspect he'll be out there. I'll be very surprised if he's not out there on Sunday against the Buccaneers. Let's put it that way. Chances they get defensive line help in the trade deadline. Minimal. Any trade they want to make, they got to start laying the groundwork right now. The trade deadline, I believe, is less than 2 weeks away. And to get a guy in the building who's not in your building currently takes you at least 6 days with the new COVID protocols. So any, wheeling and dealing you want to do, if you want to get the guy in your building, get him coached up and get him ready for a game, you got to be thinking at least, if you're talking about the trade deadline, probably 3 weeks out. So anything they want to do, they got to start making those calls right now. That said, do I suspect they'll go that route? I tend to doubt it. Give Brian's penchant for holding on to those draft picks, but you never know. Maybe he'll find someone ready to go, or maybe Marcel Darius, I think, is still out there. Maybe he'll sign a street free agent or pick somebody off waivers. We'll see. I do think they probably need, as Pete wrote in the Green Bay Press Gazette this morning, they probably do need a Howard Green type to fall into the lap, Grady Jackson type. And those don't just happen, and maybe it will take being proactive to make it happen. But I think another big body to go alongside Kenny Clark for early downs wouldn't be the world's worst thing. And obviously Brian had that in mind when he offered Snacks a contract this summer. But for whatever reason, he hasn't really moved on that other than to sign Mac for like 4 days earlier this year. Riley, thanks to the super chat. Should we make a trade for AJ Green? Normally I'm against it, but I think he'd be a great fit for our offense. Riley, no. Have you watched AJ Green? The AARP is calling him and telling him to set up a membership. Come on now, AJ Green. Come on. No. I'd rather have Reggie Begelton out there than AJ Green at this point. Jones R2 has one thing to say: Lancaster, with several exclamation points. I'll tell you, man, he's playing better. He is playing much better than he did, say, even in the first couple of weeks of the season. The development has been pleasant to watch. And I'll say there was a play, I think it was the third quarter, where he treated Mac, who's a good center, like a rag doll. Stood him up, looked like he was two-gapping, shed him, was in on the tackle against the run. A little more of that, please. Yes, sir. I see you, Tyler Lancaster. Now, I'd like that with more regularity, but okay. All right. I feel it. I'm sensing it. I'm down with it. I'm down for the cause. Don't remind me, Nags. I'm at that age where I get mailers from the AARP, and I'm not a senior citizen yet. Uncultured, I'm right there with you, buddy. I get those mailers too. It's all good, man. At some point, you just got to accept it, as does AJ Green. Can someone nudge Lowry and tell him it's go time? Yeah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Do you think LaFleur got Rodgers? Stop throwing it out of bounds. Big difference this year. I mean, I don't think it's a concerted effort on LaFleur's part to say, stop throwing it away. I just think those opportunities haven't been there for Rodgers to throw it away because he's been throwing things in rhythm, finding open guys, playing within the structure of the offense. And some of that has been the changes they made this summer, the playbook, the execution has been great. Guys have been open. And that has meant that Rodgers is not breaking the pocket and not finding anything downfield and throwing it away. I think the Italian Packers fan group had a great graphic up on Twitter that showed in the first 4 games last year, he threw it away 20 times. This year so far, he's thrown it away 6. That shows you a lot fewer moments of him not being able to find anyone downfield. And I think a large part of that is because he's playing within the structure of the offense. Huzzah. I carry the G. What's up? Nagler, I changed my username for you. Come on. I carry the G. How's that? I don't know. I don't know what you people want from me sometime. Aaron, I'm in a dilemma. Well, Cheddarhead, I'm here for Dr. Nagler is in. Should I spend $1,000 for nosebleed seats versus the Bucs, or $1,000 for awesome seats versus the Houston Texans? Okay, either way, you're going to a football game? Really? Okay. You want to spend $1,000 on a football game in the middle of a pandemic? Okay. Cool. All right. The Bucs or the Texans? Are you kidding me? You could see Rodgers and Tom Brady play or not. Dude, do the Bucs. If you got to go, if you're going to go, if you're dead set on going, Most likely, now maybe it happens in the playoffs, who knows, but most likely it's the last time these two will be on the field together. Dude, go to the Bucs game. Get it done. How concerned are you with Turner at right tackle going forward? Not concerned at all. Again, I think, like I said, Wagner's played a little better, but it's certainly shown that this offense can operate with either one at right tackle. Is Billy going to get beat on occasion? Yeah, but so is Rick, and I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot given the way the offense is operating. Look, they can go 3 deep. They've already shown they can throw Jenkins out there at tackle. So, put Billy out there. It's fine. They're rolling. I'm not too concerned about it. Again, on the pantheon, a list of things to worry about with this team, Billy Turner is not high on that list. Remember that game against these QBs back in 2014? Probably the best game I ever attended. Oh, Thomas, yes, the game in Lambeau, where Mike Daniels and somebody, I can't remember who else, crunched Brady there towards the end. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful day. That was kind of Devontae Adams' coming out party too, or his first big game, so to speak. God, and Nelson had that great slant that he went for a huge touchdown against Revis. That was a great game. The next game against them a couple years ago, that one was a dud. The one in Foxborough, that one wasn't as good. And not just because the Packers lost, just that both quarterbacks kind of played meh. The only reason the Patriots really had the upper hand in that game is because McDaniels, ate Pettin's lunch. And that's about it. Where does Reggie's Prayer rate in your list of all-time movies? Adrian, that's a good question. Haven't watched it recently, but I'll have to go back and take a look. All right, guys. I'm going to have to get going. Can't thank you guys enough for all the questions. Any mention of Reggie's Prayer is amazing. Thank you so much for all the support. Please do me a favor. Hit like on this video. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends. Tell your family. Cheesehead TV. We are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. I'll be back tomorrow morning with Packers Daily. And hey, Packer Transplants tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you guys there. Go Pack Go.